Hello everyone, and welcome to part 3 of our Let's Play Dark Souls 1 New Game Plus Plus. We just finished off the gargoyles and rang the first bell, so our next step is to go down to Queelag. Now there's a couple ways you can do that. You can either go via Blighttown, or you can take a shortcut if you have the Master Key. We have the Master Key, so we're going to use a shortcut, and we're going to try to get down there without having to fight through Blighttown, because Blighttown is not the best town in Dark Souls. So, we're going to get started, and we had just camped out right by the Undead Parish. Now, we have to get back over to Firelink, which we can use the elevator for right in the parish. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go back to Firelink, and then we're going to go to the shortcut that enables us to get down to Queelag a little bit easier. So that's what we're going to try to do right now, is get down to Queelag. And we're going to face minor resistance on our way, which is really not a huge deal. So back to these elevators. This was the shortcut. Remember, last time we opened up this shortcut that lets us get back down to Firelink. So it's very useful to have. Now, fighting through Blighttown, if you've never fought through Blighttown before, you probably want to do it at least once to see what it's like. Blighttown is very dreary and dark and deadly. So I mean, it's an interesting zone, and it's not so bad to go through once you've been through it a couple times. But going through it for the first time and not knowing exactly where you're going is problematic, and I think has led to many people kind of getting frustrated. Now, before we go on, we freed Knight Lautrec right here. We had freed him using the mysterious key. Now, if we continue to let his storyline go, he will eventually kidnap the Firekeeper here, which will prevent you from upgrading your Estus. So, and eventually you'll be able to fight him over in Anor Londo to get the Firekeeper back. But an alternate way to do this, and he does drop a really good ring, the Ring of Favor and Protection, which increases your HP, stamina, and equipment load. So an easy way to do this without following his storyline through and losing the Firekeeper is basically kick him off the side. That defeats him. Now, if we quit and come back, you'll see loot on the ground. And it takes literally a second to do this. You see his loot on the ground, 5 humanity, and the Ring of Favor and Protection. And if we take a look, I'm actually using the Ring of Favor and Protection right now. But if we take a look, wherever it is, boosts HP, stamina, and load, but it breaks when removed. So if you equip it, you don't want to unequip it. So you don't want to ever unequip the ring once you have it on. Otherwise, you lose it. Now, as you go through multiple playthroughs, you'll have extras. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could remove it. But we're not going to do that. And I actually do like the ring. So we're going to go down here. This is the path to the New Londo Ruins, which we'll eventually have to go to defeat the 4 kings, which is part of our soul, kind of getting the 4 Lord Souls. One thing you probably want to do is step on this again and raise the elevator. That will allow, if you fail for whatever reason, it will allow you to get back onto the elevator quickly, which is useful. So, the one thing about the New Londo Ruins is that there are a lot of ghosts inside, and the ghosts can only be hit with cursed weapons. So, Transient Curse is an item that you can get, a usable item, and that will allow you to do that, use that. There's a blacksmith here as well, for anybody who wasn't aware.
Well, this is unusual. And more importantly, I'm Ricky.
And he can actually smithy stuff for you.
Hmm?
He's relatively easy to get to.
Although, I'll show you.
So you can see we can have we can get some magic spells. He has a Sorcerer's Catalyst as well. He can repair our stuff. We might as well repair while we're here. We could also repair at the bonfire, of course, because we bought the repair box. So we don't have anything that we want him to upgrade right now. But he is there. So this is the little shortcut. So this door right here, if you have the master key, you can open up. And if you open up the master key, it brings you, using the master key, it brings you to the Valley of the Drakes. Now, down that way is the back of New Londo Ruins. And there's a bunch of drakes and also the red Tearstone ring up in a tower, which we may or may not get. This is the back path into Blighttown. This is where we're going to go to try to get to Queelag easier than going through everything. Now, we will go back and we will fight the Gaping Dragon to show the other entrance to Blighttown. But you see these two guys? These two guys could be troublesome. You don't want to get hit by them. They hit pretty damn hard. Well, there you go. And we're stuck. Not good. Oh god, and we're poisoned. And we're poisoned. We'll be okay, though. Poison, it's not going to take too much of our HP away. And these guys, you know, we hit pretty damn hard, so we're okay. They drop dung pies, which is great. Not really. So we're going to take Queelag out. We're going a little out of order. Normally you would go to the Gaping Dragon and then go after Queelag after you unlock the normal path to Blighttown. But I wanted to show you guys the shortcut. And then we'll go back and we'll kill the Gaping Dragon. Alright, so here's the back path. Now, in order to do this, we have to find a couple ladders. Of course, there's a chest here we can get. Remember to loot everything you come across. Key to the New Londo Ruins, so this would have opened up that little path had we not had the master key, I believe. Now, one thing you have to watch out for in this area are some creatures that shoot toxic darts. You don't want to get hit by the toxic dart. Toxic will deplete your HP very, very quickly. Now, the one good thing about the toxic people is if you kill them, they don't respawn. So, either avoidance or killing them is kind of the way to go. One of them is right over there. We're going to try to avoid. And these little mosquito guys. Well, we're going to drop. We're going to drop. In the interest of time. Those guys are pretty nasty. So now, we need to descend. These guys can be really hard to hit, by the way. As you can see, I'm kind of swinging away and not really doing much. So we're going to drop down here. And then we're going to take this path down. Wait. And go. And now right down there, you can see this little ledge? We're going to hop onto the ledge. Right there. And now we're effectively... Oh god, that was a little bit of a longer drop than what I wanted to do. Now we're effectively at the bottom of Blighttown. Now we're going to do this... I'm going to skip the bonfire down here. In the hopes that we can beat Queelag without as much difficulty. This may be a big mistake, because if we fail, then we have to run all the way back from Firelink. So hopefully we won't fail. That would be unfortunate. Now we have to watch out for these guys. Tossing their boulders around. They can hurt. But they're relatively easy to avoid. Even without fast roll, they're pretty easy to avoid. We're going to go down here. So this is the way to Queelag's domain. And we're going to attempt to defeat her without using the bonfire down here. It's a little bit of a ballsy move, because anything could happen. Literally anything. Well, not literally anything, but many things could happen. Now we are going to get rid of our poison just to play it safe. You can see we have the purple moss clump. That gets rid of poison. We're going to do another Estus shot, and we're going to go in. We're going to try to two-hand this one again. Now, Queelag shoots some fire attacks. I'm going to wait for her to show up. So, Queelag is a gigantic spider queen beast. And, she can be tricky. You can also use her soul to make a sword. Queelag's Fury Sword, I believe it's called. So you can see she's part female, part ridiculous spider witch. So we gotta avoid her fire attacks. Which was right there. We didn't quite avoid it. Not only, oh god. Oh, she's gonna make us pay, I think. Okay. Alright, we recovered. That was not the way we wanted to start the fight. Trust me. Now, if you can get underneath her like this, relatively safe. As you can see. Oh god, no. The magic blast damage, though, it hurts. As does the fire. You want to make sure, you really don't want to take this nonchalantly. Which we kind of did. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we'll be alright. But as you can see, not an entirely trivial fight, and especially when you're a lower level and you don't have quite the equipment or the stats to be attacking her, she can be very difficult, or at least much more difficult. So right here is the next bell we have to ring. This will go into a cutscene. This will open up the path to Sen's Fortress. Sen's Fortress is, if you've never played it before, it's a little bit... It can be very, 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 very tricky. There's lots of traps and lots of things in there. You will meet your first mimic in there, which is a chest, or at least it appears to be a chest, but in reality is a demon that will try to eat you if you try to open the chest. And we'll take a look and we'll see what they look like in a little bit. So this is a golem right outside of Sen's Fortress. And basically he's going to open up the path. He heard the bells ring, and now he's all like, yes, mortal. Well, actually immortal, or dead, undead. Hollow, enter. Enter Sen's Fortress. Sen's Fortress is right by the undead parish. So we'll have to do a little bit of a trip to get back there. But first, we're going to go fight the Gaping Dragon. And even before then, we should activate... It's unfortunate, but we should activate a couple bonfires down here. Because eventually we'll be able to warp between bonfires, and it will be very useful to have this bonfire unlocked. So if you look over here, there's a little door... well, not really a door, there's a wall. It's fake. You can go in here to talk to this guy. And this is a covenant down here. Just get... just talk to him, get past him, and get to this bonfire. This is a bonfire you can warp to once you have the Lord Vessel, so you do want to unlock it. It's very useful to have. We're also going to take the opportunity to level up. So I think what we want to do... I don't know whether we want to do more equipment load at the moment, or if we want to keep buffing our normal kind of stats to get them higher. I think we want to do... We're not using a strength-based weapon right now. But I think... Let's try to get our strength up to 40, so that we can basically use almost anything we want. And then we'll, and then we can work some of the other stats. Because at this point, I mean, you're basically... Your stats become less and less useful the higher they get. So just something to keep in mind. Now down here is the Demon Ruins. We're just going to take a peek in here. And actually, while we're down here, we may take out... I think we're going to take out the... What's the word? What is the thing down here? The... I can't even remember the name. There's a boss down. The Ceaseless Discharge. The Ceaseless Discharge. Now, some people kind of cheese this fight by getting in there and then making him, like, fall to his death arbitrarily. I don't do that. We're going to fight this guy kind of the... I guess the way it's intended, so to speak. At least we're going to try to. We're going to try to fight him the way it's intended to be fought. Hopefully we don't die. Now, beating the Ceaseless Discharge will remove the fire from down there, and we'll be able to walk down in the lava area, which will open up a section that we'll have to go to eventually. But for now, we're going to go up here, and we're going to take the gold-hemmed set. That's going to aggro the Ceaseless Discharge, and then he's going to get all crazy. We're going to take our shield out for this. We want to play it safe. He's going to do a hell of a lot of fire damage. We're going to try to avoid it, but just in case, we may need to block some stuff. And this is relatively good fire resist gear. So there's the Ceaseless Discharge. Everybody wave hello. And we're going to take this, and then that's going to aggro him, and we're going to try to get back in the open, and we're going to try to fight him man to vicious demon beast. There it is. So now he's angry. Let's move. Must move faster. Okay. Let's attract him over here. You should taunt him. Your mother wears army boots. See? It works. Well, he didn't really do... Oh, there it is. Oh, and it hurts. Use the opportunity to attack. Don't kick. That was just stupid. Make sure you heal. And there's the fire attack. It can be avoided. I'm doing a horrible job at it, but it can be avoided. We're going to try to block it next time. I want to see how the blocking works. It's coming right at us. We got our shield up. Well, didn't really help us, did it? Another strategy is to go two-handed when he goes like that. We're going to try to avoid it again. All right, we have to move faster. We have to move much better than what we're doing. Move now. There. We got out of range. Perfect. We're going to do it again. So when you see him wind up, move! And then just go in and attack. So you don't want to get hit by the fire if you can avoid it. Because the fire hurts. And of course, victory achieved, and this then disables all of the lava down into the Demon Ruins. Which is great. Which is actually better than great. It is stupendously awesome, because that lets us walk down there should we decide to. So we get our humanity. We also got the gold hemmed set, which is kind of like, makes you look like a ring wraith from Lord of the Rings, which makes it automatically awesome. We could homeward bone back to the bonfire, but we're just going to take a walk. It's not that long of a walk. Now we're going to go to the boss we skipped. We're going to go to the Gaping Dragon and finish the Gaping Dragon off, hopefully in relatively short order. And then that's probably where we're going to call this part of the Let's Play, which will leave us with going to Sen's Fortress for Part 4. That should be fun. Sen's Fortress has tons of traps, so we'll talk a little bit about Sen's Fortress. It has tons of traps. It has some vicious snake-like creatures, boulders rolling at you. As we talked about, the Mimic, which if you don't recognize it's a Mimic, will really ruin your day. Down there, you can see some Taurus demons. If you remember, we killed a Taurus demon as a boss earlier in the playthrough, back in the Undead Burg. So, as we said, some bosses come back as regular monsters. This is one of those situations where the boss, what used to be a boss, came back as a regular monster. Here's a bonfire. We're not going to activate it right now. There's really no need. We're just going to go back to Queelag's or not Queelag's. We're going to go back to the Covenant bonfire over here to refill our Estus, and then we're going to exit the same exact way we came in, back to Firelink. And then we're going to go to the depths. So like I said, normal way to go through this if you don't have the Master Key is to go to the depths and then progress downward. And actually, I take that back. We still have the Capra Demon fight that we haven't done yet. See, the Master Key lets you skip a couple things, which is really nice. But you don't get the full sense of the world when you do that. And as you can see, even somebody who's been through the game a few times, you can forget. You can forget different things. So we're going to try, but the goal of this playthrough is to hit every single boss in the game, including DLC. Now, I don't mean to jinx anything, but as of yet, we haven't died. Now, for anybody who's seen any of my other playthroughs in Dark Souls, knows that this is an achievement and a half for me. It's one of those things where you know, it's very easy to die in Dark Souls. And for me, gravity usually kills me at some point. I usually make some silly mistake somewhere that results in me dying. So, I'm sure it's only a matter of time. But as of right now, no deaths. Which is a very strange situation for me to be in. Not used to it. There's a shiny over here. We might as well pick up the shiny. Oh god! Didn't see him there. Didn't see you there, buddy. Let's continue this way. We're running. I'm running as though I just finished off a marathon and I have no stamina left. So let's exit. Oh god. Would help if we went if we didn't fall. This guy isn't going to be bad though. Alright, so now as we exit, or as we go to exit, we have to once again watch out for the toxic dart shooter that's up here. We want to avoid the toxic dark shooter. Because toxic, like I said, is going to really hurt us. Now we can get rid of it with a blooming purple moss clump, I believe they're called. You can get rid of toxic with that. So it's not for us it's not a death sentence, but if you don't have one of those, and you're lower level, it can certainly spell the end of your... It can spell the end of your life right there very, very easily. We're going to keep climbing. We're going to try to avoid as much as we can. And really, that's just from a timing standpoint, in the interest of time. See, now there's the toxic effect right there. You can see the dart shooter right there, down there, is shooting at us. And luckily he missed. So he would have given us toxic if he landed. Once again, if we kill him, he does not respawn. So yes, he sucks, but it is doable to get rid of him. And we're going to keep climbing. Like I said, we're literally going out the way we came. Now we have some of these heavy club using guys. We're going to try to run right past them. So, hold your breath. Alright. That was simple enough. And this will drop us right back off in the Valley of the Drakes. To continue. And now we'll go right back over here where we had opened up with the master key. And we'll go back up. Now, if you remember, we raised the elevator when we were last in here. We raised it back up. Don't make the mistake that I usually do, which is walk into the open abyss without an elevator there. I've done that more times than I can count. And that's not, that really doesn't, it doesn't work. All it does is result in death. And it's not fun. It's not fun. And I've made that mistake on live stream on Twitch before. With everybody watching. People are watching and, you know, you're having a good time and everything, and then suddenly you see a really stupid mistake. I mean, it's okay. It happens. But I want to avoid those as much as possible. Of course, if you're just playing by yourself, then nobody's there to really watch you do that, so do whatever you want. But let me tell you, it's interesting when people are watching you live and you really, and you kind of hose up like that. That's interesting. All right, so we're going to get that bonfire. Now we're going to go back up in this general direction to the elevators. And you know, looking at the time, we may actually not get to the Gaping Dragon in time for this part of the Let's Play. That may have to be part 4. Let's see if we can get to the Capra Demon, at least for this part of the Let's Play. And then part 4 will probably be finishing off the Gaping Dragon and then going into Sen's Fortress, or at least starting up Sen's Fortress. I'm trying to keep each of the Let's Plays to around 30 minutes in length or so. Alright, so let me remember where we are. We need to get to over here. We need to go this way. Oh, he's still alive. Very interesting. I thought we had him. We're gonna go down here, down to the shortcut we opened up before, with the gate. We just have to clear a couple mobs. Not. Oh, they're the archers. Shouldn't be too much of a hassle getting through here. Of course, let's pillage a Hollow Soldier Helm. Well, not terribly necessary. Now, you can open up this area, and you should be able to see there is a bonfire in here. That's literally right underneath the Red Drake. But we don't have it open. We didn't go underneath the Red Drake, so we have to fight through these rats again. Hi. We'll probably be poisoned. Yep, there we go. And we got poisoned unceremoniously. Now we have to get past this guy. Which is not too bad. And now this guy. Hello. And now we have to get basically back the way we had originally come. Now the dragon's up top. The dragon is not too nice. We're going to make a run for it. And we're probably going to get hit by fire. So just FYI. Yep. There's the fire hit. Let's see if we can run it now. Oh, he's coming back. Yep. We're going to get hit by fire again. There's a safer way to do this. You don't have to go up this way. But here's where the basement key unlocks. Now we'll go back. Now we'll go down there. take a quick sip of Estus. And we're going to go down. And now, you'll see another area where we can open up a shortcut, which should be familiar to you. This is back towards the... This is back towards the area right in the undead bird. The first bonfire past the first bonfire past Firelink Shrine. That's the little shortcut here. We'll continue down. Now we're going to fight some dogs. Oh, we almost fell. Some dogs and some bandits before we get to the Capra Demon. There's a dog. And these dogs can make you bleed, which is not good either. Because bleeding can really hurt. Oh, I'm assuming you have the residence key. I believe there's another door over here that you can open and free somebody. And somewhere. Right here.
Help! I'm out.
And I believe this is a caster of sorts.
Brilliant. Thank you.
I think it might be pyromancy. And he'll now go back to Firelink for you.
Hello. I'm fine. I have most. Besides.
So you'll have him back at Firelink, should you need him for anything. Now the Capra Demon is going to be difficult for anybody's first playthrough, because not only is he a very fast-moving creature, but he comes with a couple dogs, and they could be really frustrating because they kind of interrupt everything as you're trying to attack them. So, something to keep in mind. It's a little difficult to kill him the very first time you're going for it. You will get it. It's just a matter of time. So this is the gate to the Capra Demon. Now, before you go in here, there's another shortcut you're going to want to open up. Because if you don't... I mean, basically, you want to open up as many shortcuts as possible. That's kind of the name of the game. Because of the way the world is designed and how interconnected it is, the more shortcuts you open up, the easier it is for you to get places. And we really like that. So, what? Guy's still alive. So we're going to open up the shortcut up here, which goes back to Firelink. And you should recognize this. This was an area where, in the last part, we talked about there was a little gate that I said, we're going to be opening this up eventually, and we'll open up a shortcut. This is where that is. There's also an NPC here which sells certain items like resins and things like that, so very useful. But first we're going to open this, and then we'll go back to the Capra Demon. So assuming your base of operations at the moment is Firelink, this gives you a very convenient, easy way to get back to the Capra Demon, as you can see. So we're going to try to finish off the Capra Demon real quick, and then that's going to be where we end this part of the Let's Play. So it should be totally clear at the moment because we didn't use a bonfire, we didn't rest or anything, so we're back going in the normal direction. We'll see if we can actually make short work of the Capra Demon. The Capra Demon can be very difficult and tricky. Hopefully we can take the dogs out without too much difficulty. Now there are a set of stairs in here that some people use that make the fight a little bit easier to avoid things. I think we just took the dogs out. So we actually got pretty lucky. And the Capra... Oh, God. I thought we were going to hit him. Oh, he didn't hit him. Alright, so that's the key to the depths. That'll bring us down further. Alright, so that's the key to the depths. That'll bring us down further. And I think we're full on something. Probably Homeward Bones. So the depths are right over here. It's literally right down this path. It's this door over here. And we'll loot the shiny. There's the key. There's the door to the depths, which is what the key opens up. We're going to take that. But we're not going to go into the depths yet. That will be for our next part. So just to illustrate exactly where this shortcut opened up for everybody, so that you all are aware. This brings us right back to Firelink. We'll take the walk. We'll go back to the bonfire. We'll get full Estus, and then next time we will go into the depths and go to the Gaping Dragon and show where the main entrance to Blighttown is. We're not going to go into Blighttown though, because screw that. Blighttown may be the best town, but I don't feel like dealing with it. And of course, pick up the shiny. Always pick up the shinies. Hi. And then we have to take out these guys. So this is hopefully familiar to everybody. Hopefully you guys recognize where this is. Firelink's literally right down below. So as you can see, the interconnected nature of the world is pretty amazing. And one of the main, for me at least, one of the main draws to Dark Souls 1 is the interconnected nature of the world. So we will rest here, we'll get our Estus back, and next time we will go and traverse the depths. But this seems like an appropriate spot to call it for this version of the playthrough. This was part 3. Part 4 will hopefully be up within the next few days, and that's where we're going to go into the depths, fight the Gaping Dragon, and then we'll go into Sense Fortress. So until then, I hope everybody is enjoying this Let's Play. Like I said before, this is YouTube exclusive content. I usually live stream on Twitch, but I figured we'd try something else out for this playthrough. So until next time, take care, and I will be back with part 4 hopefully in a couple days. See you later, everybody.